Hi guys, today I just wanted to give a few tips to those of you that don't really like exercise. Now I know there's millions of people out there who do not love exercise, they do not love going to the gym, they've never really been into sport even as a kid, and but yet they find themselves in a position where they are kind of ready and willing to do some exercise even if they don't really love it. And the motivation could come from just wanting to feel fitter and healthier. It could be weight related, it could be health related, it can really be any reason. But I know that sometimes, even though the desire is there to exercise because you feel you have these goals, whatever they might be, that the motivation is really, really hard because it's not something you love or have ever really enjoyed at any period in your life. And there are a few things you can do to help get over that initial hurdle, and it's certainly not easy, but there's definitely things you can do. The first thing I would say is to train with a friend or train with a personal trainer, and there's two separate reasons. One of the same reasons why. The main reason to train with a personal trainer or with a friend is so there's accountability. You have to show up, and that gets you over the initial hurdle of going to do whatever it is you're going to do, whether it's a gym, whether it's classes, whether it's sport, whatever it is. Having that accountability is really important. If you want specific results, go to see a PT. It doesn't have to be something long term. I think sometimes people think that training with a PT is something that they then have to invest in for the rest of their life. It doesn't need to be. It can be, but it doesn't need to be. If you want to get specific results, go to a PT, talk to them about the results you want, and have them work with you for a period of time and give you a plan to follow. The results will keep you motivated. So it's really important that you get those results. If, for example, you decide to go to the gym on your own because you want to lose weight or you want to tone up, it will take you much longer to get there on your own, and you'll probably lose motivation along the way. So get a PT and get into your program so you see the results, and that will keep you motivated. In terms of training with a friend, accountability is obviously the same in terms of you've said you're going to meet them, so you should show up at that time, otherwise it's not very nice. So training with a friend is a good idea if you just kind of want to get fit and healthy. There's not any specific goals, it's just a general wanting to feel better. Then training with a friend's absolutely fine. Go to the gym, go and play some sport, take some classes, whatever it may be. But have that accountability of either getting a PT or training with a friend or friends. It's a really, really good way to get started with exercise. The second thing I would recommend is to try all different things. So you might not love the gym. I don't love the gym. I have never made a secret of loving the gym. When I walk into the gym, I don't know, I've just never enjoyed the vibe there. I've always preferred being outdoors. I used to play sport. I used to run a lot, and now obviously I train regularly from home. It's just super efficient for me, and bodyweight training specifically really motivates me. I love it. I absolutely love it. And that's something that it took me a long time to find out, because I came from a sports background. When I stopped playing sport, I found it quite difficult to find something else that I liked. And the reason I stopped playing sport was just work commitments. I couldn't, the sport, the club's trained in the evening and I work in the evening, so I could not get back into sport kind of once I left university, and it became difficult for me to find something that I liked, and it took a bit of time. And now, I love bodyweight training, I love training in the house, I find it really time efficient. So there's loads and loads of things you can try. You can just go walking, you could try climbing, try different sports, you can go to the gym, you can try online classes, you can try classes in the gym. There's just so much out there, so don't feel as though all exercise is equal. It's not, and everybody loves different things, so you have to tap into things that you enjoy, and you have to try different exercises, or different forms of exercise. With that being said, if you try something new, give it a little time. Don't chop and change all the time, because whenever you try something new, immediately you're likely not to particularly enjoy it, because you're probably not going to excel at it straight away. As human beings, we like things we're good at, we don't like things we're not good at. So if you try something new, you're not likely to be the best at it. You might be okay at it, but you're not likely to be the best person there. So you have to give yourself a wee bit of time, get into the groove, get a feel for whatever it is you're doing, and see if you can give yourself time to improve a little. And once you start to improve, you might still not like it, and in which case you can change. But you might start to think, actually, I'm quite enjoying this. I'm seeing the benefits in my body. I'm feeling the benefits, and that is, as I said before, the results will keep you going, but also that improvement will keep you going. That feeling of I'm getting better at this, that accomplishment, that feeling of success, and you have to give yourself some time to feel that success or to see that success. It's really important. Too often we try something, we're not very good, we don't like it, we stop. We have to say, right, I'll try this for 6 weeks, for example. Stick with it for 6 weeks. See how you feel at the end of the 6 weeks. If you still don't like it, no problem. Move on to something else. But give yourself a little time. And that is important also in terms of results. So in terms of seeing like weight loss and things like that, you have to be prepared that the initial period is going to be hard. There's going to be a bit of investment time wise and sometimes money wise and things, but you have to get through that initial period to get to the other side, to feel those feel all the benefits. And I suppose that takes me on to my final point, which is sometimes you just have to push through. So as I said, you're not always going to enjoy everything at the very beginning, and sometimes you're just going to have to force yourself and to get started. Now, as I said, you should eventually find something that you like, but if you're not willing to push through that initial period, those initial first few weeks, then you're probably not going to find anything that you like. So set your mind to push through for a few weeks, because even in those first few weeks you also will feel sore. It doesn't matter whether you take up a sport, whether you're walking, whether you're going to the gym. If you've gone from doing nothing to suddenly exercising, you'll likely have some aches and pains. That's not overly pleasant. Like, there's no point in pretending that. Some people say, oh, I love the pain, it feels like it's working, but most people don't really like it, and that's fair enough. So, but that happens in the initial stages. That happens in week 1. Once you've got over that, the worst is behind you, so you have to keep going. So sometimes there's also an acceptance that the first few weeks aren't going to be the best. They're not going to be the most fun. You've not got any results yet, so you've not got that to motivate you. So also keep going, push through that initial period, and then see what kind of exercise you like. So that's just a few tips for how to keep going. It is really important in today's society, where our jobs are really sedentary, that we do try to do some exercise, even if it doesn't need to be high intensity. It doesn't need to be in the gym for hours. It just needs to be some level of activity, anything from walking all the way up to really, really high intensity, really, like high endurance or heavy lifting. It's up to you what you do, but it's really important that you find something that you like and that will push you, because as I said, most of us do really sedentary jobs. Even actually my job as a personal trainer is quite sedentary. I'm in front of my laptop a lot, doing a lot of social media. So I drive a lot, and I can find that a large part of my day is sitting, and so it's really important that we offset that. Even if you're not bothered about losing any weight, that's totally a whole other topic. Exercise is important for so many reasons, for not just our body but also for our mind. It can really be very therapeutic to get some exercise in. So please, if you don't like exercise, it's just not something you're particularly into, take on board some of those tips and try to get some exercise in. You will not regret it.